Hello and welcome to the Cellar Door. I'm George and I am currently in South Australia. Don't be fooled by the quiet here. I am minutes away from the bustling Coonawarra wine region. The crew said that they'd meet me there, so I've just got to wait for my train. I'm sure it won't be long. So my train finally arrived and I made it to our destination for today's episode, which is very lucky because otherwise I might have missed this beautiful sunny autumnal day, and I can't think of anywhere I'd rather be to experience it than right here, as a rose amongst the other roses. That's how the saying goes, right? I'm here at Leconfield Coonawarra, where I'm going to be sampling some of their delicious wines, but I'm also going to help make them. That's right, I'm a winemaker now. I've just arrived and am catching up with head winemaker at Leconfield, Paul Gordon, who decided to kick off our chat with a spot of poetry.
So Molongo had a hit on it and challenged us to play a single innings match for lunch, losing team to pay. We couldn't come to practice, we were bringing in our hay, but we thought we'd show the biggers from Molongo how to play. We scoured the flat for miles around to number up our men, but when the score was tallied, we could only number 10. Then up spoke Big Jim Brady. Now, he was always slow to speak. He says, "What price McDougall, who lives down Cooper's Creek?" So he sent for old McDougall and he stated in reply that he'd never played at cricket, but he'd half a mind to try. He couldn't come to practice. He was bringing in his hay, but he thought he'd show the beggars from Molongo how to play. Now, that's it.
So good! And that's the show for this week. Thank you so much. It seems that Paul is a man of many talents. Paul, thank you so much for having me at Leconfield Coonawarra.
Thanks, George. It's great to meet you as well.
Yeah. Now, you're the head winemaker here.
Yeah, I've been here for 19 years now. This is my 20th vintage at Leconfield.
Happy 20th vintage to you.
Thank you very much. It's been a good one too. It's been a great crop this year, fantastic quality. It's the type of vintage that a new winemaker would start his first vintage off and think that he was a good winemaker because the grapes are fantastic and the wines almost made themselves this year.
But you know better.
I know you've got to deal with some tough vintages from time to time.
So you started here in, let's do some maths, 2002?
My first vintage was 2002. I started at the end of 2001.
Excellent. And what was the winery like back then? Has it grown a lot since then?
It's much the same size as far as buildings and things are concerned, but we've put in some changes to our technology and how we deal with our wines and what we do to try and keep ourselves abreast with the best quality wines that we can make.
But at its essence, it is still all about the grape?
As essence, it's all about the grape. Yeah, it's our job, I think, as winemakers, is to preserve that fruit, to not stuff it up in many ways, to try and preserve that fruit and make the best quality wine that actually reflects the region, reflects the individuality of our winery and the techniques that we use. They try and make a product that's unique, that certainly reflects the environment and the way we grow our grapes.
So for you, the Coonawarra is a passion?
Certainly is. I've been here for over 30 years now, and I arrived here as a dream in many ways. It was a sought after place to work. Coonawarra was, when I first arrived, was the area in which everyone wanted to be. So I was given the opportunity to move down here, and I haven't looked back. It's been fantastic. It's been a great experience and been involved with some magnificent wines over my time. And some of those wines, many of those wines now still stand the test of time, where we open up old ones and they look fantastic. So that's good.
Speaking of wines, we've got one here in front of us. Talk to us a little bit about your Cab Sav.
So this is our Leconfield Cabernet. This is 2018 vintage. Leconfield Cabernet is probably our most important wine in our range. You know, our quality is probably distilled into this particular product. So
this is the pick of the bunch.
This is the one that is probably the most important for maintaining the brand image and the brand quality. You know, if we put a lot of effort into making this wine as best as we possibly can, and it's probably the one that most people would recognise when they talk about Leconfield. It would be the one that most people would recognise as being part of the brand.
And the Coonawarra region is known for Cab Sav, so what is it about yours that sets it apart?
I think it's probably primarily the region, well, part of the region we're growing. So we grow most of our grapes in the southern part of the region, and that means it's just a little bit cooler here than maybe the northern part of the region, so we pick up a bit later, which in my mind gives a little bit more intensity of varietal character. And it's that varietal character that we're looking for in wines, that when people pick it up and taste it, they can recognise as being a Cabernet Sauvignon, and look at the structure of the wines, the lovely tannins we get from this area. It's quite unique.
Shall we sample some of this?
Absolutely. You want me to open it for you?
Oh, please do. So do you have a soft spot for this wine in particular, or is there one that you favour above the others?
Not really. I think that part of our winemaking is that you've got to have a passion for everything you do. If you certainly we pay a lot of attention to this wine, but we wouldn't pay any less attention to Riesling or Chardonnay or our Cabernet Franc or our Merlot, for example, because they're also equally important that they stand in their own rights as being benchmarks in the world of wine. So this is 2018, so it's still relatively young. It's only 3 years old, but it's just I love the colour of this wine. Now that's probably the essence of what Coonawarra Cabernet is about, the density and
beautiful, dark, rich.
Dark, but also quite youthful as well. It's got lovely crimson on the side still, and that's an indication the wine's ageing slowly, and it's got some time ahead of it.
It's got some nice legs too.
Yeah.
So what are the Coonawarra Cab characteristics that we're looking for in the glass?
Okay, so you're going to see a little bit of cassis character, a little bit of blackberry on the nose, and then that's augmented through some maturation in some really, really nice oak, and we've got some lovely barrels in this room here, which you can probably see around you. But,
yeah.
The essence of any wine, I think, is the ability to have a glass of it, and we should try this soon.
Yeah, let us.
But also then look forward to a second glass of it, a second taste. You know? Some wines which can be really upfront and big and bold, you think, well, it's really lovely and lots of power there, but we're looking forward to a second glass of that wine. So what we're trying to do is get some elegance and some style into the wines.
And drinkability, indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's autumn in Coonawarra, and I've decided to go for a walk through the golden tinged vines with Greg Foster, Leconfield's other winemaker. Greg has over 30 years' experience in the wine industry. I do too, but in a slightly different capacity. We're walking through Cabernet vines at the moment, is that right?
Yep, this is one of our Cabernet blocks.
And you've got a special little Cabernet baby happening?
We've actually got a new wine that we've started producing since 2019 called the Cabernets. So the Cabernets is a little bit different. It's a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc and Merlot. But we actually pick all the three varieties in the vineyard. So it's a bit like a vineyard blend, if you like.
Oh, so you mix them from picking out here?
Yeah, that's right. So we don't sort of blend afterwards or make the blend the three together after the winemaking process. We actually blend them before the winemaking process. So,
oh, wow.
And it actually makes quite a different type of wine.
Yeah.
Stylistically, it's probably a more medium-bodied Cabernet, more aromatic. A lot of the aromatics are coming from the Cabernet Franc and Merlot. and for some reason they tend to, I guess, infuse together during the fermentation process instead of leaving it for 18 months in barrels and then blending.
Yeah.
The wine seems to come together a lot earlier that way, and hence the wine's quite approachable on release.
Oh, great.
So, and has really nice subtle tannins. Coonawarra is quite often renowned for their tannins in their grapes, particularly Cabernet. But using the Merlot and the Cabernet Franc, we're making a bit more of a textured style of Cabernet, if you like.
Okay, time to get my hands dirty. You are holding a pair of secateurs.
Ah, yes, I am. Yep.
And I like to earn my keep.
Rightio.
Can I have a go at
Sure. Rightio.
pruning, as
Yep.
the industry lingo goes?
Rightio. Well, most of our vineyards, what we normally do for pruning is we'll get a machine going through first, and they probably normally just come through and lop off around like this height, and then the hand pruners would come through and tidy up and leave whatever bud numbers we sort of like want. So we don't want to leave too many, so we don't want to get a big crop.
Yep.
And of course we don't want to leave not enough, so we don't get enough crop. So
This is after you've picked.
yep, still, yep. So
Do you hand pick?
no, most of our fruit is machine harvested. We do a little bit of hand picking, but not much. So yeah, it's all machine harvested. So
But let's do some hand pruning.
right here. So next season, so all this here is this season's growth. So once a vine's been pruned, once spring starts, the shoot will be coming out, and it will come out of one of these shoots here on the side, one of these nodes,
where your
and
fresh...
so all these will be coming out from there.
Shall I?
There you go.
Do you trust me?
Of course, we've got plenty of ones.
I could ruin
Go
a
there,
few,
go your
that's
hardest.
fine. So this one, if
Yep.
I'm pruning, would I prune down to there or up here?
Probably here, because there's one there, two there.
Okay.
So, on the angle.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I've got a little wrap around. It's very elegant. All right, great. Well, that's
That's
one.
why it's good to have the tractor go
Yeah,
through
yeah.
first. So, there you go, you can do that one. Get rid of that.
Teamwork. 1, 2,
Yeah.
chop. Oh yeah, that's some hard yakka.
Yep.
All right, I think my work here is done. Time to knock off and get myself a drink. Let's thieve some wine.
Right, yeah. So this barrel here, this is the Cabernet's blend. So from 2021 vintage, so it's just finished fermenting. Probably only about a week ago.
Yeah,
so,
right.
It is pretty young, but
Yeah, how young?
only
gonna happen to
a
my
month
face?
old. I'll grab a sample.
And so this is the co-ferment. So
Yes.
all of the grapes go in together from the beginning.
Yes, that's right. So, there. So this particular batch
Nice
here
colour.
is a Cabernet Merlot and Cabernet Franc blend. So again, as we said previously, blended in the field, so all picked together at the same time, crushed together, fermented together, and pressed together into oak. This particular batch here was actually pressed off around 2 Beaumet, so it finished fermenting in the barrel as well.
So this is going to be pretty astringent, like pretty fresh?
It's
or
got young
should it-
tannins
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yep. This one in particular, probably we like to keep it probably in the barrel for 16 to 18 months. So in that time, it'll get another racking out of barrel, sulphur it up, go back in, and let it mature for those 12, 18 months, depending on the wine and the year type thing. So yeah, it's but right now it is a bit young. But you'll probably find like with the Cabernets and the co-ferments, the integration comes really early with the wine. So you tend to make a more softer type of Cabernet, if you like, on the palate.
It doesn't smell as young as I thought it would.
No. We're really fortunate. The 21 vintage has been a fantastic year. I mean, I said it'll go down as probably one of the best vintages for the last 20 years, I think,
Yeah, okay.
in this region. a lot. Last year was a very small vintage. This year we got quite a large vintage, but the quality is exceptional as well. So we've got plenty of wine.
Double win.
21 vintage. Yeah. So even though it's a young wine, the tannins, even though there's a fair lot of tannin there, it's actually quite soft. It's not mouth puckering or drying.
No.
And it's it's only a 2 month old wine. So,
Yeah. So this will be hitting the shelves 2022?
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so, well, into 22, maybe 23. So got a bit of time, but
I'll be waiting. Leconfield was purchased in 1981 by one of the original Australian winemaking families, and today Leconfield and Richard Hamilton Wines share an intertwined history that stretches back to 1837.
So Sidney Hamilton was the fourth generation of his family to be involved in winemaking. He would have been 123 this year if he had been still alive. But he started off aiming to be a ship's captain, but then realised that wasn't a very good lifestyle, and so ultimately he got involved in the family winemaking business, and was one of the first to introduce refrigeration into winemaking, which really popularised then in the 40s the making of fruity white styles, which are probably a bit out of vogue now. But really,
it's a far cry from the elegant cab sauv.
That's right. But really, at a time when people were drinking fortified wines and some dry red and beer, it really helped put wine onto every person could have a bottle of slightly off-dry white wine, which is fruity and fresh and so forth. So that's where his involvement came. And he was very much an engineer. He made a lot of the equipment himself, welded it. In fact, the building next door, I believe that he welded some of the trusses that actually go into.
So that's an original building?
That's the original building,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So Sydney then basically retired in 1955, but came out of retirement in 1974 in a quest to find the ideal place in Australia to grow premium red wine. So he looked around Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, various parts of South Australia, New South Wales, but settled on Coonawarra as being the place. So he bought this property, which was a sheep farm at the time. But the interesting thing was, at that stage, he was 76 when he started this. So you can imagine a person coming out of retirement. You can imagine some of the family discussions that would have been had about this elderly man.
Granddad's at it again.
But I believe that he was a bit of a character. And everyone who I've met who's met Sidney Hamilton speak very fondly of him as being a very warm guy, very genuine, a bit old school. So when he started to plough up the paddocks here to plant vines, which I understand was a sheep farm, and when you grow vines in Coonawarra, underneath the red soil, which is very important in this area, there's a layer of limestone, and you need to break that limestone up to get the vines to penetrate down to get into the water and the softer limestone. That he had a little bulldozer which he would then drive up and down.
He was driving it.
He was driving it, but not only was he driving it, he used to wear a little bow tie and a sports jacket when driving his bulldozer to work. So that in itself is a really good, interesting story.
That's great.
So Sydney was then made the wines here up until he finally retired in 1981.
He actually retired.
Fine, yes, I think under a bit of a pressure from his family to retire. And then Richard Hamilton bought it off his family, and so Richard now is the fifth generation looking after it and passing it on to his son Thomas, hopefully, who will then carry on the winemaking family tradition.
So it's a family business.
Yeah,
all the
it's
way
very
back.
good. It's fantastic, and it's great for me because I love working for a family environment. It's it's you're intrinsic as part of that history to carry it on. So my role is not only to make good wines, but also to try and make something that is sustainable and going to carry on the future of the family in years to come. And so it's a privilege.
Of their legacy.
It's a privilege. Yeah.
Perhaps I could assist you with some of that and get into the lab, or
that'd be fantastic. We can teach you how to do some titrations to measure our acidity. What do you think?
That's exactly what I was going to ask to do.
Very good, fantastic.
Brilliant. Let's go. After the break, science. You're watching the Cellar Door. Paul promised me science, but I was not expecting this.
So George, what you're doing here is
Yes.
you're going to measure the acidity in our wine and our pH. So what we need to do is do a titration. So you're going to suck up about exactly 25 mils of wine.
Exactly 25.
Yeah.
And so this device...
Yep. So keep it down in the liquid so it doesn't get...
Oh,
yeah,
no air bubbles?
No air bubbles. And you're trying to get it up to about this level of that little blue mark there.
Okay.
So that'd be 25 mils.
And we don't want it to go too far.
You don't want to go too far, no. If it goes a little bit too far, you can drop some out again afterwards. So.
But if it goes too far...
Yeah. And if it stops going, I'll give it another little bit of squeeze.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Here we go.
Whoop.
Just a little bit more. That's it. And a little bit down.
Oh.
A bit up.
How's
A
that?
little bit more. That's it. Looks better. Okay. Now take it out and put it over the...
This little beaker?
Little beaker.
The little beaker here?
And push it, lay same level down, not up.
Like that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so it doesn't run.
And it'll come down again. So there we go.
So
this is a brand new wine. You can see that if wines that haven't been around for a while, they're brilliantly red. So as a part of the aging process of wine, it will absorb oxygen, and as it does so, some of the oxygen increases the molecular size of the colouring compounds that make up wine. And as those molecules become larger, they'll change to more ochre copper colours. So you see a change from this brilliantly red in a very young wine to more ochre colours and brown wine as the wine ages. Okay.
So I thought that was from oak.
No, it's a bit of oxidation.
A molecular change.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my little beaker
And when
with
it comes
exactly
down
20...
to the pH meter.
Oh, okay. I feel like I should have a lab coat on.
And what you're going to do now is lower this thing down using that little red thing to squeeze it there and lower it down, just making sure that there goes into the thing. Yeah. And making sure that the last one here doesn't touch anything, because that's very fragile.
Oh, God, the pressure.
Keep it down.
Oh.
Keep it. Keep it. Keep going.
Okay.
All the way down.
All the way down?
All the way down, yep. That's right.
God, that's terrifying.
And it's starting to spin now. So that's spinning, it's just spinning it. Now you get to work with the control panel.
And now I'm a winemaker.
And now you're a winemaker. Well, now you're so what we're doing is just measuring both the pH of the wine and the acidity level of the wine.
Aren't pH and acidity the same thing?
They're very closely related. Okay, so pH is, but it's not exactly the same. So pH is you can have a wine which has got reasonably high, it's a high acidity, and it would normally have a lower pH. But sometimes you can get the wine that's not quite in balance. So sometimes it can be high pH and high acid.
So
sometimes
you want a low pH and a high acid?
Well, you want to have it so it tastes good, basically. So pH, if it gets too low, it can increase the feeling of acidity and increase the amount of hardness in the palate.
Right.
So we're looking at a combination then of having enough acid so it's sort of the wine's nice and bright, but not so acid that it becomes hard and unpalatable. So looking for mouthfeel and texture, and all those things are really important. So this thing will titrate to an endpoint of 8.2 pH, which is then calibrated then to read the amount of acidity in the wine measured as tartaric acid.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. So as the pH of the wine increases, it changes from a red colour into greens and ends up in this type of colour. Okay. Yeah. So it's just refilling now.
Here come the results.
Okay. And so we'll tell you that the acidity level of that particular wine is 7.01 grams per litre.
Right.
Okay. And if you just push that enter button again, yep, it'll tell you that the pH was 3.67.
Ah, amazing.
That's it.
Perfect.
Well, now that that's done, I thought I'd catch up with Kerrie in Leconfield's brand new Cellar Door. Kerrie, you are the Cellar Door manager here
Yes.
at Leconfield Coonawarra.
That's right.
And you have been for a little while, I believe.
Just turned my 13th year, so in my 14th now, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And things have changed a little bit.
Yes, we've built a new cellar door, this
Yeah.
beautiful new cellar door. The owners have been talking about for a long time whether to invest and build a new cellar door from the old one, and they said they'd do it, and took about 12 months to build it when it was finished, and then COVID hit.
So it took 12 months to build the new one, and it's quite a lot bigger than your old one, I believe.
A lot bigger, yes. About the little old one used to be about a fifth the size of this. So it's got heated floors, a fire, air conditioning, and yeah, it's just lovely. It's a really nice space to work in, and the customers love it. They think it's just lovely.
And there's a beautiful outlook too.
A lovely
the rose
outlook,
garden.
facing north, yes, and all the beautiful roses. They grow really well down here. Before we were facing south, so everything was in the shade, etc. But now it looks really nice.
Lovely sunny outlook.
Lovely sunny outlook, yeah.
I know that the winery was founded by Sydney Hamilton. Where does the name Leconfield come from?
Leconfield comes from English ancestry, Lord Leconfield. Yes, so
Very regal name.
yeah, very regal, but that's where the name came from. So yeah. Coonawarra is not really known for white wine. We're famous for red wine, in particular Cabernet, but we make some fantastic whites down here.
Yeah, this is delicious.
It's lovely, isn't it? It ages really well as well.
Yeah, what? Oh, this is 2019.
Yes.
You do offer a few little...
We do.
pieces here.
We offer, we've got a produce fridge so people can choose whatever they like out of the fridge. We basically put it on a board and give it to them. They do the rest. So it works really well for us, so which is great.
Oh, maybe I could try a little
Of
produce
course.
platter.
I've got one made up over here.
Oh, here's one you prepared earlier. And is it all local?
It's
produce?
all South Australian produce.
Kerrie, thank you so much for having me.
No worries at all. It was lovely. My pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, I have had a lovely day here at Leconfield Coonawarra. I've tasted some amazing wines, I've learnt a thing or two, and now it's time for me to relax with some snacks, a wine, and this fire. I'll see you next time.